Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining the PMI Mentoring and Development Programme 24-25 Kickoff webinar. I'm joined today by Rose Soffel from People's Partnership, who are our programme sponsor and have been for the past 5 years. So it's lovely to be working with People's Partnership again on this fantastic member initiative. And we are also joined today by Jerome Goodluck, Senior Business Manager at the Institute of Leadership. Our programme is run in conjunction with and accredited by the Institute of Leadership, and he will be providing a walkthrough demo of this platform, which is a mandatory part of the programme. I'd like to just take a moment to say that everyone who has joined us today, this kickoff webinar will be giving you information about the programme outline, who's eligible, as I mentioned, the walkthrough. So anyone who is interested, you may have already applied or you may be waiting for this kickoff webinar before you do apply. This webinar is really for you to get all the information you need so that you can be fully informed before either applying or deciding to go ahead and take part. There will be an opportunity for questions. So you can type in your questions throughout the talks, but we'll save those all for the end, and then we'll respond to them one by one. So firstly, I would like to welcome Rose Soffel, who is going to do a welcome from our sponsor. Thank you.
Hello everyone, super excited to be here today. I just wanted to give you a little overview of myself and kind of why I'm joined People's Partnership, and talk to you a little bit about mentoring and why it's so important to me and such a great opportunity for you all to get involved in. So I thought I'd do this a little bit differently. So rather than just giving you the same information that's on my LinkedIn, I thought I'd make it a little bit more human. So inside work, I joined People's Partnership last June, so I've been here just shy of a year. So this is the first time that my team and I will be leading on the sponsorship of the programme, which I'm very excited about. So I look after talent, development, performance, culture and diversity and inclusion. And I have over 10 years experience in kind of the financial services, tech and fintech space. So I did kind of a non-traditional route into the HR or people and culture space. So I started off in learning and development, building out teams in companies like Amazon and Revolut. So kind of coming back to financial services and working at People's Partnership was very exciting for me. And outside of work, as you can see from my photo, I've got 2 miniature sausage dogs, so Wilfred and Dee Dee, so not named after the footballer, if anybody gets that reference. I'm a huge foodie. I love trying new recipes and places to eat, and I enjoy keeping active in my spare time, mostly walking the dogs, and then whatever activities are out and about. So, as I mentioned, I joined People's Partnership in June last year, and one of the main reasons I joined was our purpose. So our purpose, if you're not familiar with it, is to help people build financial foundations for life. And what really kind of resonated with me is that people really put the heart of everything we do here, and that kind of not just our members and our employers that we work with, but also our people as well. And mentoring is something I'm really, really passionate about. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that as well. So why mentoring? Why get involved as a mentee or a mentor? And really, it opens up so many doors that, you know, sometimes it doesn't seem obvious, but it's really, really a brilliant opportunity. So I just wanted to talk through just a few touch points in my career where I found mentoring super useful. So when I first started out kind of earlier in my career, I was part of a professional body, kind of similar to the PMI, but the Chartered Institute of Professional Development, so the CIPD, which is for kind of HR, people and culture professionals. So I left school at 16 with my GCSEs. I didn't do my A-levels or go to university. So when I started my level 5 qualification, it was really daunting, super academic. I'd never kind of experienced that before. But what I had as part of the program was a mentor to support me through it, kind of reassure me that, you know, I could do it. And I found that unbelievably supportive, even if it was kind of, I went to the session agenda, but with a bit of a problem to solve. I always found those really, really useful. I then wanted to kind of touch on something, and people on this call might now have already experienced this already, but informal mentoring. So as I kind of became a little bit more senior, I worked with leaders across different organizations, and one in particular, one of my previous CPOs, is now kind of an informal mentor to me. So I do kind of check in and ask questions and kind of use her as a bit of a sounding board. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a professional mentoring program, but you do have the opportunity to have informal mentorship as well. I then got my first mentee, which has been really eye-opening for me. I wanted to, as I mentioned before, I love mentoring and I've received, so many benefits from it myself. I wanted to give back, but actually I found that being a mentor for the first time, I'm learning so much from my mentee. They look at things completely differently. So it really is kind of a two-way relationship, and I really enjoyed that part of it. And then finally, my kind of current mentor situation. So I've recently, as of September last year, I've joined a charity as a trustee, completely new to me, first time trustee. And I, as part of that kind of onboarding process, I've been given a mentor through the program that I'm on. And it's been so useful, again, kind of similar to my experience with CIPD, to kind of pick someone's brain. They've lived the role before, they kind of know the way the landscape works across multiple organizations. So just really, really useful to have that, even kind of later in my career as a more senior in organizations. So I just wanted to highlight kind of a few different touch points and really meaningful mentoring and mentee opportunities that I've had throughout my career. So thank you.
Sorry about that, skipping my slides. Thank you, Rose. Right, so I will now take over, and I have some slides here to discuss the program outline. So firstly, some of you may be thinking, why should I sign up? So specifically for mentors, there are plenty of reasons why you should join a program such as this as a mentor. Mentors will likely to be senior professionals, and many of which who would have completed the PMI qualifications or perhaps other qualifications relevant to the sector. And you will be able and the most equipped to support someone who is just starting out in the pension sector, having had that first-hand experience. As you help your mentees to succeed, you yourself will be gaining confidence in your own skills and abilities. And it demonstrates that you have these qualities that support others' development. And this confidence can help you with your own professional and personal self-worth. You will be advising your mentee, but you can also learn something from them. Often your mentees will show you new methods of doing things that you may not have experienced before or not be too familiar with. Or perhaps they will just be showing you a completely different approach as a result of working for a different organization. You'll be able to expand your network by working with a new mentee. Not only will you be from different organizations, but your fellow mentors on the program will be from different organizations, and you will have an opportunity to network with them throughout the 12-month-long program. So plenty of reasons why you should sign up as a mentor today. And similarly for mentees, the mentors will be able to support you with like no one better, seeing as they have also experienced a very similar career journey to you. Through these one-to-one sessions, you'll be able to go through with them your areas of responsibility at work, and they will be able to offer encouragement and enable professional or personal development by setting goals for you and giving you feedback. Mentors can provide you with specific insights and information that enables you to succeed. They'll be able to offer instructions or advice on how to perform particular tasks and help develop those useful skills and make you feel more comfortable in your role. Through your application forms, you will be providing details on what you would like to gain signing up as a mentee. So as part of our pairing exercise at the PMI, we will ensure that the mentors have the right knowledge and skill set to support you in these areas that you have identified. So here are just some of the reasons why you should sign up as a mentee. Eligibility. Okay, so this is a member initiative. So one of the requirements to take part is that you must be an active PMI member throughout the 12-month program. I mentioned that mentors will be senior professionals in the industry. So most likely they will be associate or fellow members of the Institute. We have had some mentors before who have also been other membership grades. We've got a member by experience now, or trustee members. And if you would like to apply as a mentor, You just need to make sure that you provide on your application forms all the experience you have in mentoring, so we can review this. If you are watching this webinar and you're not currently a PMI member, but you are interested, then the membership email is on the slide. So please contact us, and we can walk you through your options, and then perhaps you can get signed up for the program. Okay, so requirements for successful completion. One of the new elements that we have introduced with this 5th program is a first call that will take place between the mentee, the mentee's manager, and the mentor. So once you've applied, you've been confirmed that you're on the program with your pairs, and you've decided that you want to go ahead and take part, you will have this first introductory call that will be between the 3 of you. We feel that it's important for the mentee's manager to understand the commitment that the mentee is making in taking part in this, and that they are fully supported at work. And also it's an opportunity for the mentee's manager to meet with the mentee's mentor and be able to, provide some insight and, give some feedback as to areas they feel that the mentee would really benefit in receiving support with. At the PMI, we host 6 virtual online touchpoint calls, we call them, for mentees and for mentors. This is just to check in throughout the 12-month program, to make sure that all the participants are getting on well. And we're making it now mandatory for all participants to attend a minimum of 3. You will have the dates and the times way before the program starts. So hopefully you'll be able to commit to joining us for 3 of these calls. Mentees must complete a minimum of 10 modules with the Institute of Leadership. So Jerome, as I mentioned at the start, will do a walkthrough of this platform. This program is in partnership with them, so this is a mandatory part of the program. And mentors who join will also be able to opt in if they so wish. It's not mandatory for them, but if you're a mentor and you would like to do the IOL modules, you can, and you can just request a learning license from us. And as I mentioned, we do host 6 virtual touchpoint calls throughout the program. So you can join these, and a minimum of 3 is required. This is the first part of the program schedule. There is a full schedule available on our dedicated mentoring and development webpage, but here are some of the initial key dates for you to bear in mind. The application deadline is next Friday, the 19th. And then us at the PMI will take about a week to review all the applications and make sure that we pair you up with someone suitable, depending on your needs and depending on skill set that you have. And then pairs also get the opportunity to confirm if they wish to proceed, of course, once you know who you've been paired up with, to make sure it will work for you. So we give you a week as well to review that. We are hosting a face-to-face celebratory event for last year's cohort, which is also joined by a welcome event for you as a new participants. So if you can, please save the date, Thursday, the 23rd of May. I've got a little bit of information on these slides, one of these slides about the event, but you'll find out more once you've been accepted onto the program. By Friday, the 31st of May, we would require that you've had that first initial call between in your pairs and with the mentee's manager. And we have, I've just included in this program schedule here, the 2 first touchpoint calls. So we've already got the second one. We've got the speaker confirmed and the topics. And the first touchpoint call, we have the topics confirmed, but I'm just in the process of finalizing the times and the dates with the speaker. So I should have all of that ready for you before the start. The program schedule, as I said, this is just half of it, but the full schedule is available on the Mentoring and Development dedicated webpage. So as I said, there is an online application form that all mentees and mentors have to complete. The pairs are assigned based on the information that you provide. So the more information you can provide, the better it is for us to make sure that you are paired with someone suitable. As part of this program, we ensure that all pairs are from different organizations. Otherwise, you could be doing something like this in your own workplace. So everyone is from a different institute. The welcome event that I've just asked you to save the date for is at Immersive Games Box, Shoreditch, London. So completely understand if London is very difficult for you to get to. Well, we have had participants even from overseas. So obviously this is just for people that are able to travel into London, and if they can hold that date, that would be great. As I mentioned, we do arrange the 6 touchpoint calls throughout the year, and a guest speaker will be invited for each call. The first 3 topics have already been selected. So the first one, which will be sort of right at the start of the program, the role of the mentee and the role of the mentor, just to make sure that you're fully equipped before you begin this 12-month program. And then the second one, where we have Deborah Finlayson from People's Partnership. The third topic is going to be EDI, and we're just in the process of confirming the speaker and the time slots for that. So again, once the program starts, that will be made available to you, and the third slots will be in December. So still a while away, and hopefully enough time for you to save the times in your diary. I know you're all busy people, and meeting invites come daily. All participants will receive a digital copy of a PMI Mentoring and Development Program workbook when the program starts. So the workbook will contain templates that you can use when you're having your sessions to record your objectives and any notes that you want to take down. It will also have a full program schedule and a full PMI event schedule as well for anyone that's interested in attending more PMI events. And you will also have some hints and tips of how to be a good mentee and a good mentor. So it's a good workbook for you to keep for the duration of the program. Your mentoring sessions are confidential, so I will never be requesting that you send through any notes, or that I'm asking for individuals' objectives. That's definitely between you and your mentor as a mentee. So just a little bit of information here about the program celebration / welcome to the new cohort, 23rd of May at the Immersive Games Box. So here's just some of the reasons and for why you should attend, or some of the activities that have been planned. This is being run by our PMI events team. So there will be more information provided as and when you've been signed up. So just a little bit of information there for you now to have a read through. But it looks like it'll be a very exciting afternoon, something very different, and again, an opportunity for you to meet fellow peers on the program, and to give you that opportunity to network with other mentees and mentors, and hopefully even meet your mentee mentor face to face if you can both attend. So I'd like to just wrap up here with some testimonials from previous participants. So it's great to see that we've had such positive feedback from previous participants. In fact, one of the things I should have mentioned earlier is throughout the program we do have surveys that we send out. And through those touch point calls, there's also an opportunity for you to feedback. And, we take your feedback very seriously. We like to make improvements where we can. So, if you have got thoughts and ideas throughout the program, we'll do our best to try and include them either in this year's program or make necessary improvements for future programs. So things like the workbook is something that's come out in the recent few years that participants want to have at the start, which is great. So we'll make sure that everyone receives a copy of that. And the touch point calls and having some structure to them by having a guest speaker join. These are all additional components that have been added due to feedback. So thank you. So just some of the testimonials that we've received. As participants on the program, you will have the opportunity to to have your testimonials published on our LinkedIn page or on in our Pensions Aspects magazine. So a lot of opportunity for you to raise your profile as well as that of your organisations. And here is just a page with some of the useful links. So People's Partnership as our programme sponsor, Institute of Leadership, our dedicated mentoring and development webpage, and the membership email. So I know that we'll have some time for questions at the end, but in case you think of anything afterwards, you didn't get the opportunity to ask, you can still email us, and we will come back to you as soon as possible. So I am going to stop here, and I will then let Jerome share his screen, and he is going to do a demo for all the mentees, potential mentees out there who will be taking part for the Institute of Leadership's My Leadership platform. So thank you, Jerome.
Excellent. And thank you, Nisha. And hello, everyone. And thank you, Rose, as well, for sharing your wonderful mentoring journey earlier. That was absolutely fascinating. And the Institute has worked with PMI for a number of years now. We're on our fifth sort of cohort for the mentoring program. And we just applaud PMI and all of you for engaging in the program. Mentoring is just the best. And we're thrilled to work with you. So the Institute of Leadership, IOL, we're a professional body like PMI, a membership community like PMI, and CIPD, Rose shared membership of CIPD. We've been around for some 75 years. Quite a rich history. We were part of City and Guilds until recently. The acronym ILM, that was us. Some of you remember us as ILM. And we refreshed our brand last year. The mission is really sort of simple, 4 words: inspiring great leadership everywhere. And the reason I share that is, of course, mentoring is a key component of leadership. And through the program, so just navigating around the website here, and Nisha on those slides kindly is sharing a link to the website. During the program, so when you're registered, you become a member of the Institute. So as well as PMI, you become a member of the Institute of Leadership, and we welcome you. So you receive an email at the beginning of the journey, both mentors and mentees. The email comes from a no-reply email address, which sometimes gets caught in spam, so we'll keep a beady eye on that. It comes from membership@leadership.global. And you activate your membership, and you do that via the website. So just logging in now. The login area for members is here on the website. And if ever you can't find that initial email, there's a nice forgotten link there that enables you to pop your email address in, so you can get up and running. But when you're registered, you have a dedicated member account area right here, and you can manage your account, update your details, and then you get access to a whole host of support resources during your mentoring experience and mentoring journey. I'm going to, for the purpose of this session, major on my leadership, because as part of the mentoring process, you have access to bite-sized e-learning modules on this platform. So let's dive in and have a look. And part of my session obviously is just demoing and showing you how accessible it is and how it all works. So logging into, you saw how I got in. So we logged into membership here and pressed the My Leadership button. And what we have here is an e-learning platform with a whole host of different modules. And Nisha and PMI are being very kind in enabling you to pick any 10 modules that you want. And when you look at the list on screen, I'm sure lots of subjects are really jumping off the page. You know, there'll be areas that you've studied in, areas that you're curious about, which is brilliant. But, you know, it's a good conversation starter. And you will have noted as well that you're encouraged to complete self-awareness as a mandatory module. So I'm going to unravel that. But I'll also highlight, you heard me say earlier, mentoring is a key component of leadership. It's right there at the heart of the platform, mentoring. And incidentally, all the material that you find in here, extensive research has gone into it. We came up with this model called the dimensions of leadership, authenticity through to collaboration. So self-awareness lives in the authenticity family, and mentoring is underachievement, but you get the idea. And all the modules are built consistently. So in terms of duration, they're approximately, and I emphasize the word approximately, 3 hours in length. 3 hours of just self-directed learning and a blend of content. I describe it as read, watch and do. But I emphasize approximate because some of the modules will be familiar and you can fast track through, others less so, and you might want to spend a bit more time on them, and that's okay. So when you click through on the module, you'll note that the page automatically defaults to an assessment. Now, my advice to you all would be do some learning first and complete a full circle. Do some learning, then come back to this page when you feel ready. So click again, press the Access Learning button, as you saw me do just there. And this unwraps the content. And we start with read, watch, do, remember. So read, it's a bite-sized overview, and self-awareness is just the best place to start, both for mentors and mentees. Know yourself first before appreciating others, and understand, your impact on others is just the best place. And if you've done this before, it's always useful to refresh. So high-level overview on self-awareness and personality types and so on. You'll note that the content is bite-sized and it's all about practical application. So often you'll see things like top tips and overcoming barriers and so on. So it's there to make an impact and to give you some useful tools and knowledge. Now, everything is referenced for those that want to read around the subject. I'll also show you a download button which is featured on the website as well. So if I press download, the content formats into a really nice leaflet in case you want to share it with colleagues, other team members, and so on. We absolutely support the sharing of best practice. Now, under the overview, the leadership essential, you've got spotlights, and they're a chance to just delve deeper into the subject. So let's read more about emotional intelligence. And again, it's just bite-sized read. So have a look through there. Again, note there's the download button on here, and really useful content. So that's a spotlight. Again, everything is referenced. Okay, let's change it up a bit. So down here, you'll see there's a worksheet and an external resource. Earlier I said, you might want to spend a bit more time. There are lots of other tagged resources that you can delve into, but for the purpose of now, I'll just have a look at a worksheet. And a worksheet is a short 2-page exercise. It's just a chance to reflect on the learning and to do something via this editable PDF. So you can complete this as you wish. So it's interactive as a PDF, and you can then save that. Why not share it as part of the mentee-mentor conversation? All of this content is useful for conversation in the whole mentoring relationship. So there's a worksheet. Let's go back. You'll note that I use the back button extensively. There are the spotlights. And if I go a bit deeper, you'll see that there's more information here. We've got some audio visual. So I'd always recommend have a look at the video in order to just bring the content to life. And there'll be a subject matter expert giving their sort of views on the subject at hand. So why not sit back and enjoy the musings from an expert in the particular topic, so self-awareness, and it just helps to give you a nice rounded experience and helps to embed the learning. So there's self-awareness, and now let's complete that full circle, because you remember when I pressed the module, I landed on an assessment. Now the assessment or the quiz is light touch, and they're all structured the same. Basically, there are 20 statements with true, false as a possible response. So you can literally have a go at any time. So, at the start when you land on the page, or as I recommend, do some learning first and come back to this and have a go. So true, false as a possible response. Now the threshold is set as 80%. So you can afford to miss 2 and meet the standard. If you miss more than 2, the system will inform you, will signpost you back to the learning. You're then locked out for 24 hours. So you can't go in again immediately. Wait and come back tomorrow. Never be disheartened. It's really common not to pass that assessment first time, or even, on the third time. Keep coming back. Never be disheartened, as I say. And then once you complete the module, I'll show you one I did earlier. Hurrah! There's incremental congratulations and reward and motivation via a digital badge. So that's the evidence that you've completed the module, and Nisha will be looking for 10 of those as you work through the platform. So back to there we are. So you've got a choice of 49 modules there, and you've only asked to pick 10 with self-awareness as your mandated module, the one that I demo. Enjoy the learning. It's all just self-learning. Enjoy just and as well, mentors, mentees, there's great subject matter here to invoke conversations as well on the platform. Let me show you some tabs up here. So defaulting to the content is this tab, but you've also got some tabs here. Now, for example, this one is brilliant. It's my leadership profile. And why not complete this? It's a really quick self-profile tool enabling you to just answer a whole series of statements, true, false, and receive a personalized report on your strengths and areas for development against the core dimensions of leadership. So why not fill that out as part of the mentoring journey? There are some really useful tools there for you. So that was that tab there, my leadership profile. And if I take a step back, we got to that page by logging into our membership, and then elsewhere you've got lots and lots of other resources. And do check out the Institute's webinars and events, for example, because expanding in partnership with PMI, you've got access to the Institute's community as well, and range of resources. So it's a win-win for mentors, mentees, and all of you. And incidentally, the accreditation at the end of the mentoring program, so Nisha and the team will notify us who has completed the journey, so those touch points and the modules on the My Leadership platform, and then formal certification awaits. So we will certificate you all upon completion. Apologies, this is a generic template, but it's co-branded with your sponsor and PMI, of course, and it's personalised for you. So good CPD to take away, and also you receive a membership upgrade through the Institute with a digital credential and post-nominal letters after your name. So lots of benefits through the accreditation. And again, I'll finish where I started. We're absolutely thrilled to support PMI. Let me stop share, come back and join you. We're thrilled to support PMI, and I applaud you all for embarking on this brilliant mentoring journey. And we, really look forward to welcoming you as part of our community and certificating you at the end. So let me pass back to you, Rose and Nisha. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jerome. And thank you, Rose, again, for sharing your mentoring experience. Jerome, plenty more reasons for why mentees should join the program as well. I just wanted to, so a quick summary of the program requirements. So there's 6 calls throughout the year, 6 sessions with your mentor, 10 modules for mentees to complete. Jerome, thanks for also mentioning, around roughly 3 hours per module it takes. We have had participants who have completed all 49 in the past as well. I mean, you do have 12 months. So, if you want to set yourself that target. And there is also the face-to-face event in London. So these are the sort of key things to successfully meet the program requirements and to be certificated at the end. And we've received a few questions already, but now I think now is the time to get your questions in. I'll take them, I think, in order as they appear. So how long do the touchpoint calls last? The touchpoint calls last an hour. So the first 30 minutes, we have a guest speaker. As I mentioned, the first 3 topics have already been selected. We've already got 1 guest speaker confirmed for the second touchpoint call. The last 3, I don't believe I mentioned this in my presentation, so this is a good trigger. Thank you. We're actually giving the participants the opportunity to select the topics that they would like to hear about. So in the application forms, there is a whole bunch of different topics that have been listed, and you would tick the ones that you're most keen to hear about. And once we have all the participants confirmed, we'll review your responses to these questions, and we will select the most popular topics. The PMI has over 7,000 members. We work with sponsors, insight partners. We've got many people we can call upon, many expert speakers on many different topics. So we'll make sure that we select some good speakers for those last 3 topics that you as the participants will be letting us know that you want to hear more about. So yeah, 30 minutes guest speaker. And then the final 30 minutes of those touchpoint calls throughout the year is for the participants to share stories, any tips, for you to provide feedback, and just to check in, make sure that you're getting on well, and if there's anything else that the PMI can be doing to support you. So yes, 1 hour each touchpoint call, and 6 calls throughout the year, 1 for mentees, 1 for mentors. Next question, the welcome event. So I've just had a confirmation from the events team on this one. The face-to-face event team, it won't be streamed, unfortunately. So so it is face-to-face. There is obviously interactive activity involved, which wouldn't be able to replicate online. But you can bring your manager as a mentee. So we do have some spaces there. So if you would like to invite your manager, I've been told that you're very welcome to do so. So I guess once we have all the participants confirmed, if this is something that you'd like to take opportunity to do, then just please let us know. And I think, there's another one. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. My computer seems to be freezing. Excluding the PMI celebratory opening event, will there be any more in-person events, webinars for the cohort? So we normally have, as I mentioned, the face-to-face event is also a celebration for this year's cohort, the one that's just finishing now. So we most likely, we haven't organized it yet, but there would be a celebratory event for you as the new cohort. So there will be should definitely be 1 more face-to-face. That would be April 2025, May 2025, around that time. But at the moment, we haven't firmed up any details. And we haven't planned any more webinars. So we have the touch point calls throughout the year. You have your sessions with your mentors that you'll organise. We haven't arranged for any more webinars. So I don't want to say no. We may decide that actually that's something that the participants want, and we can put on a few more. But for now, we haven't arranged anything extra. So is there anything? Is there a fee? No. So it's free. The learner license that you receive as part of this program for the Institute of Leadership is completely free. Jerome, I don't know if now might be a good chance to just mention that sometimes people receive an alert to pay £25 just in case.
Yeah, okay. So just to explain what that means, projecting forward, earlier you saw me show that e-learning platform with the 49 modules. And when you're on the mentoring program, the eager ones, so earlier Nisha mentioned that some of you will see 49 as a challenge and you'll think, I'm going to complete 49. Well, you'll note there were 5 columns, so a column per dimension. So we had self-awareness lived under authenticity. Now, some of you will think, I'm going to complete all 10 modules, let's say 10 per column on average. Now, when you're on the mentoring program, you're known as a student member. And that means when you complete a full column, a button opens up to book a certifier call with an assessor from the Institute. Now, that's just automated as part of the platform, and it's optional. It's not mandated. And when you're a learner on the program, there's a charge of £25. Now, my advice to you would be ignore that charge and just park it for the moment. Complete the mentoring program, and then earlier I mentioned that you receive a membership upgrade. And when you complete the program and receive an upgrade, that call becomes free of charge. So park it if ever you see the button until the end of the program, then you get it for free. And what then happens is you have a structured 15-minute conversation with someone from the Institute to get the big badge on authenticity. It focuses the mind. It's a good culmination to the e-learning. I hope that helps there, Nisha.
Yes, thank you, Jerome. There are no fees for any participants on this program. So, as Jerome says, ignore the alert button if you do get it, and you will have the opportunity to complete that once you've been upgraded. So just bear with me. There's a few more questions that have come in. So there's 2, I think, regarding fees. So no fees at all. The London event is not, we haven't made it mandatory. I did mention that we've had participants who've taken part who are nowhere near London, and that's absolutely fine if you're unable to attend. So the managers, just to clarify, the call between the manager, the mentee, and the mentor is just for the first call, one call that you will have between the 3 of you. So it's separate to the touch point calls that the PMI organises. This is just, before you get started with your mentor on your sessions, just invite your manager to attend. I mean, they don't even have to attend the whole call, perhaps just the first half, just so that your manager can meet your new mentor, and you can establish maybe a plan with your manager present. Could be of help. You do need to be a PMI member to take part as a mentee or a mentor, so that is a requirement of the program. And to become a member, our email address is on the slide. So anyone that's not a member but would like to become a member, please contact us and we can walk you through our membership options and find what's most suitable for you. If you are from People's Partnership, who are our program sponsors, you are also a corporate member of the Pensions Management Institute. So you are already a member. So maybe just a case of activating your records on our systems. So just to let anyone here know, if you're from People's Partnership, you're a corporate member with the Institute, so you are eligible to apply. So I think that's all the questions. I can't see anything else that has come in. I'll just check with Rose and Jerome just in case. I think my computer seemed to be freezing for a second. Was there anything else that you?
I don't see any further questions coming through, but I just want to say, People's Partnership are really proud to be sponsoring this program. We're really excited to get started. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Thank you. Yes, me too. So just a reminder again, 1 week for application deadlines, please. If you are interested, or if there's anything you want to know more about, please drop us an email. I have attached the slides to this webinar, which is a new feature of BrightTalk. So I hope that if you're listening, you're able to download the attachment, which contains a presentation and the links and the email address. So yes, you do have obviously still a week, time to think about it, time to come back to us with more questions if nothing else jumps at you now. But I hope this webinar has been useful. I very much appreciate you joining us today and giving up your time. I really hope you consider taking part in this program. Thank you. And thank you to my fellow speakers as well, Rose and Jerome. Thank you so much. And we will hopefully see you very soon. Have a lovely afternoon, everyone. Thank you.